We have no choice. We have to have it. I mean, especially when you have,
That's
it's amazing.
That's why I burnt all my
These
shoes, and you should too.
Lunatics.
Let me explain.
They want everybody
life,
to come into our country. Many of those people are criminals, and then they want to also take your guns away simultaneously.
Hold on here, chat.
But they want them to come in.
And it's got the cleaning power of a military grade.
Perfect.
January 6th, 2021. Washington, D.C. The U.S. Capitol building. An event that has been reported on more than any other in modern history. Despite excessive coverage, articles, books, documentaries, and congressional inquiries, many details about the timeline of events that day remain unknown to the public. Understanding what actually happened on January 6th without bias and with as much context as possible is extremely difficult. News organizations and mass media have controlled the story of that day. Big tech and social media companies have censored, shadow banned, and deplatformed eyewitness accounts, which further skews and misrepresents the truth from that day. Many of us still do not know the names of those who were killed at the Capitol and the causes of their deaths. This video seeks to create a thorough and truthful timeline of the events of January 6th, while shedding light on unheard stories, unseen footage, and new details. When facts are cherry-picked for the sake of political narratives, we the people suffer. Truth, not agenda, is the motivation for this timeline.
All right, let's get into it, guys. Be fun.
Prior to January 6, 2021, there had been hundreds of peaceful rallies following the November 2020 election. Polls showed that many Americans were concerned with election irregularities in key states that ended up deciding the presidential election for Joe Biden. None of these rallies ever turned violent. The morning of January 6th started no different than any of those other rallies. American citizens showing up.
So yeah, like, bro, I think this one guy said that, bro, before January 6th, we did the same protest in October. They've been showing up there all the time making this protest. It weren't just on January 6th that they was protesting the election. They've been doing it since October.
Up together to express their First Amendment protected right to petition their
of 2020, October
with a
2020.
Meaningful concern. The move.
And shout out, yelling up, appreciate the support, sis. Man, you're the best. Trump 2024, man, no problem, man. I appreciate you for tuning in.
Of the crowd appeared to be joyful and hopeful. It would be the last chance to see the president give a large speech to the nation. To properly understand the events that would soon unfold, it's important to acknowledge that there were many areas of interest that day where crowds were congregating. Those attending President Trump's speech assembled at the Ellipse, a 52-acre park located directly south of the White House and approximately 1 mile from the Capitol.
And according to IMDb, this was made in, video 2024 documentary, January 6th, a true timeline.
Space was limited there, and the crowd was so big that a sea of people extended all the way to the Washington Monument. Elsewhere in Washington, D.C., crowds would assemble in the morning at both the west and the east side of the Capitol. Still others would loiter in the vicinity to await the next event that would take place that day, of which there were multiple permit holders in the area. At 11:41 a.m., Ryan Samsel, a man who will later be pivotal in the first breach of the Capitol, crosses the street past multiple uniformed officers. Seconds later, the acting U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Michael Sherwin, wearing plain clothes, is seen crossing the same intersection. Sherwin would go on to lead the investigations of Samsel and hundreds of others. 4 minutes later, the same officer whose body cam recorded that interaction is moving through the crowd, responding to a call of a person with a gun. The crowd is compliant as the officers move through the space. They reach their intended target, and after a few minutes of questioning, let the man go. He had no firearm and was only carrying a knife.
Someone saw the handle and thought it was a handgun.
Oh, yeah.
This is my card, okay? So if you
no
got any
way.
questions or issues. All right, be safe.
Thank you. You too. You guys be safe as well.
That was police in there, and the lady saying, thank you, you guys be safe. So these weren't anti-Americans. These weren't disrespectful people.
President Trump took the microphone at 12:01 p.m.
All right, 12:01.
Media will not show the magnitude of this crowd. Even when I turned on today, I looked and I saw thousands of people here, but you don't see hundreds of thousands of people behind you because they don't want to show that.
The president gave a speech that morning that was very similar in tone and in style to the many campaign speeches and post-election speeches he had given to audiences around the country.
I'm listening to the speech in my ear, thanks to Scott.
At the exact time that Trump begins his speech, a live streamer is at Peace Circle, at the precise location that the first Capitol barricade breach will occur 53 minutes later. You can see the metal bike rack fencing separating the street from the sidewalks in front of the Capitol building. These area closed signs were posted in compliance with a restriction that went into effect September 7th, 2020, due to the construction of the inauguration stage. At 12:04 p.m., a group of demonstrators, including members of the Proud Boys, are seen walking west on Constitution Avenue toward 1st Street while being flanked by police officers from the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department.
Flanked by the DCPD.
15 minutes into his remarks, President Trump mentions for the first time that after his speech, the crowd will be walking to the Capitol. For context, let's hear the president's full remarks during this portion of his speech.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol.
And I'm taking notes here. I'm going timeline by timeline. Time mark by time mark. My bad.
Our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
6 minutes following these remarks, the group of Proud Boys and demonstrators seen previously being flanked by the DC MPD have stopped for lunch.
All right, what's up, BTK? Democrats are trying to tear up the Constitution. They'll destroy the U.S. and there's no other country to run to, none. Yeah, there's no other country to run to, none. This will possibly be the last election, man. Damn, my man sounded like Elon Musk, and I hear you, bro. I hear you, BTK, because, dog, they're trying to destroy this country, make it an immigrant country. I don't know what they're doing it for, maybe to win this election, but when this country goes third world, there ain't gonna be nowhere to run. Like, what you mean? We were the last stronghold of freedom, democracy, and freedom of speech. And civil rights, of course.
Lunch at a row of food trucks in front of the U.S. Department of Labor on Constitution Avenue. Eddie Block, seen here in a scooter, tells a live streamer the immediate plans of the group.
Where are we headed?
The U.S. Department of Labor on Constitution Avenue. Eddie Block, seen here in a scooter, tells a live streamer the immediate plans of the group.
Where are we headed? Do we know?
We're heading back to the rally.
Oh, okay. Was there nothing going on at the Capitol?
Not really.
Not really.
We're just kind of marching around, letting people know we're here.
Okay, good times.
Yeah.
All right.
6 minutes after this interaction, at 12:30 p.m., the U.S. Capitol Police report a very large group heading to the Capitol from eastbound on Pennsylvania Avenue at approximately 7th Street.
Cruiser 50, it does look like we're going to have an ad hoc march stepping off here There's a crowd surge heading east.
At this same time, police body cam records police intervening between Trump supporters and a counter-protester. The police encourage the crowd to keep marching toward the Capitol.
Come on, guys, let's keep the march going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
President Trump won't be finished speaking at the ellipse for another 40 minutes.
And shout out to Vol Bulgy. Appreciate the support. $10 super chat, man. Appreciate you, dog. How are all these leftist loons brainwashed that even when shown the entire story, all receipts, all facts, they still parrot the lies that can't be proven? I don't know, dog. Like I said, it's something different with them. I always see saying it's like, bro, I'm showing you the answer. This is why I had to time out some people. I'm like, dog, you're maybe you're typing so much you're not actually seeing what I'm showing you. So maybe if I time some of them dudes out, they'll sit there and actually look at the information. That was my logic. But even then, they'll still come in and parrot the same lies. It's like, oh, I get what it is. You just want somewhere to just let your lies loose. I guess. I don't know who you trying to convince. You ain't convincing nobody around here. And shout out Chris Hogan. Do you always go for Trump? Are you a convert? Tell us your story, if you will. Thanks for all the hard work and dedication. Oh, yeah, of course. I didn't always go for Trump. Actually, I grew up in a Democratic family. Like, all my family voted Democrat. When I was in, the 2016 election, when I was able to finally vote, I voted for, Joe Biden. I know, mistake, I know. But that was mainly because I didn't know too much about politics back in that day. And I was only going off the what my peoples was telling me. And of course, and when I finally started looking into politics, I understood that I knew more about politics than I really knew. Like, being an ex-finance major and now in a tech graduate, I knew from my old finance background, I'm like, hold on, the country ain't being ran right. Inflation's going crazy. And there are irresponsible choices being made all around in the, whatchamacallit, I'm sorry. But in the Biden-Harris administration, I look back in the Trump administration, I'm just like, look, I didn't like the guy. I didn't want him to win. Neither did my family. But shit was good, though. I mean, bro, and this is back when I was younger. I think I was doing factory work back then. Bro, people went from $15 to $20 an hour and prices did not increase. Everybody was seeing a rise in raises. I'm like, it doesn't matter who you were, from factory worker, bus driver, and up. Everybody was just seeing a raise in price. I mean, raising their wages. And then the grocery stayed the same. The gas reasonably stayed within a recent margin. Everything was cool. And that was on the Trump years. I had to low-key live through like 2 years of Biden to be like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. But then I had this confliction like, all right, but there's all these lies. This man's a racist. I can't be out here black man for a racist. So I had to start looking into some stuff. And when I found one lie, which was the Charlottesville lie, it took me down a rabbit hole of Trump lies. And I'm just like, okay, now I'm to a point where I can't believe what nobody says what this man's saying unless they could show me the complete context. Because anything that I was ever shown bad about Trump, context. Everything I was ever told bad about Trump, I didn't go out there and read for myself. I was just lazy and I believed the person that was saying it at face value. So I understand these Kamala supporters in a way, because I used to be just like them. I used to be, lazy about where I got my information from. And that's pretty much my story. Without going
During
too
this
long.
time, a man named Ray Epps was filmed on the streets,
Appreciate
directing
you, man.
the crowd
Appreciate
to the
you,
Capitol
Chris.
building.
As soon as President Trump...
So, yeah, that would make me a convert. I definitely converted from the Democrat or the liberal ideology to conservative. 'Cause I would say even in my college days, I was more of a liberal. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, you know what? This liberal stuff is seeming kind of gay, and I ain't with that. Or just seeming kind of effeminate and like lack of masculinity. And I'm just like, yeah, that ain't me. So I'm pushing that to the side. And I seen conservatism was more that would align with my values and who I wanted to be. Not liberalism. I didn't want to be a complainer, pro-abortion, I don't know anything. Like, I don't even know what doesn't the liberal what does the liberal stand against? It's for everything. I need an idealism, or I need a party that actually draws the line and not just go for everything or goes for who's ever willing to accept their BS. Because you could be a liberal and do anything. Transgender, pansexual, don't matter. That's all liberal shit. But you can't do that on the conservative side, which is the side of, I feel like, the normal people. The weird people's over there with the liberals, with the transgenderism, abortion, not knowing what the hell a woman is. And we're on the side of just common sense of what I'm used to, what I grew up with common sense.
Finish speaking. We are going to the Capitol. It's that direction. That's where our true problems lie. President Trump is
I appreciate y'all for listening to that.
We are going to the Capitol. That's where our problems are. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction.
He was filmed the night prior, urging the crowd to go inside the Capitol.
I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail for it, okay? Tomorrow, we need to go into
commercial? Or are they going to
the Capitol. Into the Capitol. Peacefully.
The crowd surrounding him instantly calls him out as a Fed. At 12:35 p.m., Mike Pence's motorcade is seen heading to the Capitol, turning left on Constitution Avenue from Louisiana Ave.
They was calling out the Fed in the crowd. Hold on. So this man comes in here. Let's see. President Trump is done speaking. We are going to the Capitol. That's where our problem are. Hold on.
That's where our problems are. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction.
He was filmed the night prior, urging the crowd to go inside the Capitol.
I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail for it, okay? Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. Peacefully.
The crowd surrounding him instantly calls him out as a Fed. At 12:35 p.m., Mike Pence's motorcade is seen heading to the Capitol, turning left on Constitution Avenue from Louisiana Avenue.
Don't stop anybody. Stay back. Stay back, please. Stay back.
A minute later, at 12:36, Vice President Mike Pence arrives at the U.S. Capitol.
The Vice President's motorcade has just arrived at the Capitol in advance of the joint session.
The certification is to begin in 24 minutes at 1 p.m. Eastern. As Mike Pence arrives, a crowd is already assembled at the barricades in front of the East Plaza of the Capitol. At this exact moment, President Trump is mentioning Mike Pence's upcoming certification at his speech on the Ellipse, over a mile away.
But now they see all this stuff. It's all come to light. It doesn't happen that fast. And they want to recertify their votes. They want to recertify. But the only way that can happen is if Mike Pence agrees to send it back. Mike Pence has to agree to send it back.
A minute later, at 12:45 p.m., a D.C. police camera captures what looks like a wall of people suddenly arriving about a block west of the Capitol. Video footage captured moments later shows demonstrators gathering at Peace Circle, where Pennsylvania Avenue terminates as a street and turns into Pennsylvania Walkway, a path that leads directly to the west side of the Capitol. There are two sets of metal barricades here, behind which only 5 Capitol Police officers can be seen guarding this entrance, while every member of Congress convenes in the building behind them. Just south of this path, a man in a black ski mask removes a barrier and waves the crowd onto the west lawn of the Capitol, while members in the crowd shout at him. With this view, you can see the moment that the first...
I don't like how every agitator is kind of masked. Like, why is that guy masked and causing those type of problems? And you kind of see how he's separate from the other protesters.
First set of bike racks come down and the crowd begins to quickly advance on the second set of gates. Ryan Samsel, who we saw earlier in a white hoodie and red baseball cap, approaches the police line. This would become the first major breach of the Capitol grounds and skirmish with Capitol Police. We will show this crucial interaction in its entirety and use multiple angles to see what happens at this all-important flashpoint.
Yo, they trying to rush the gate.
Ray Epps, who we just saw calling for demonstrators to enter the Capitol, can be seen approaching the front of the barricades and speaking to Ryan Samsel. Moments later, the barricade is pushed directly into the police line.
So anybody who's an agitator trying to get past there is damn near seen as a Fed. Because even the guy they called out for a Fed, just because he was talking about violence, he's like, dog, what are you doing? What you're trying to peacefully protest? And you're trying to get us to go inside the Capitol? What are you talking about? Then this guy over here, you know, looking all jocked up and turned the cap to the back. Like, man, what's good, bro? Yeah, it was good, bro. It's like, I could already see where that was going. And boom. Got what they wanted.
After the gate is forcefully pushed forward, U.S. Capitol Police Officer Caroline Edwards is knocked to the ground. Ryan Samsel immediately runs to her aid to help her get back on her feet. The first violent skirmish of the day between demonstrators and police had begun.
Can't use a gun in that crowd.
President Trump remains speaking on the ellipse.
In Clark County, Nevada, the accuracy settings on signature verification machines were purposely lowered before they were used to count over 130,000 ballots. If you signed your name as Santa Claus, it would go through.
Just to the south, at the 1st Street Southwest in the Maryland Avenue Circle, demonstrators knocked down a second gate. Crowds are now advancing on the west front of the Capitol from 2 locations. With multiple lightly manned police barricades down, the enlivened crowd makes their way quickly to the next barrier, the metal gates in front of the West Plaza of the Capitol. Samsel can be seen tapping the shoulder of Officer Edwards and saying something to her. Looking over the west side of the Capitol from a security camera on the exterior dome, we can see how quickly the crowd is able to fill the area in front of the West Plaza. From this point forward, those in the crowd entering onto Capitol grounds may have seen no indications or warnings that they were in an area that was previously guarded by police and secured by barriers. At 12:58 p.m., the lightweight fence have seen no indications or warning.
I mean, maybe if y'all looking at this, but you don't have to put the Rumble link in the chat if you want the full screen view of this, but yeah, like one side overly flooding here, and this side is also being flooded, but it's just like easy. What's going on?
That they were in an area that was previously guarded by police and secured by barriers. At 12:58 p.m., the lightweight fencing on the west lawn is pulled down completely by a single person. It is on this fence that signs with the words "Area Closed."
A single person. So everybody else, sounds like there were just a couple actors in here that was a little bit more bold about their actions. Or maybe just kind of letting them in. Okay, so the guy with the red hat, old man with the red hat, the younger man with the red hat that twists his hat around, that might have been a Fed. And then the guy who opens the gate might have, who stripped over, opened the gate, that also might have been a Fed. So we got 3 possible Feds out here.
Closed are affixed. Thousands of people who will walk up to the Capitol after 1 p.m. will never see these signs. Zooming in closer to the northwest corner of the plaza, we once again see Ray Epps at the head of the crowd, in front of the next set of police barricades. So far, we've seen him the previous day calling for the crowd to enter the Capitol. We saw him that morning, directing people to the Capitol. We saw him at the first gate breach.
All right, bro. Ray, what the hell you doing? It's like, all right, Epps. So not only were you out there pretty much before, on January 5th, trying to rile up the crowd to go in there, but now you're already inside of the gate, and we see you again, Ray Epps. Who is this man?
And now here he is at the second major gate breach, and it won't be the last we see of him. Directly in front of him is where the crowd breaches the metal gates and enters onto the West Plaza of the Capitol. At 12:59 p.m., a man on the northwest sidewalk collapses.
Can you please have someone respond to my location? AEG. At the bottom of the west front with an individual that's down here, unconscious and not breathing.
The man's name is Benjamin Phillips. He is a computer programmer from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, who traveled to D.C. to support President Trump. A crowd of people, including police officers, form around him to assist with life-saving measures. While Benjamin Phillips fights for his life outside, inside the Capitol, Vice President Mike Pence is entering the House chamber to convene the joint session to certify the electoral votes. President Donald Trump is still speaking to a large crowd at the Ellipse, unaware of the crowd that is already amassed at the Capitol.
There's clear evidence that tens of thousands of votes were switched from President Trump to former Vice President Biden.
Madam Speaker, members of Congress, pursuant to the Constitution and the laws of the United States, the Senate and House of Representatives are meeting in joint session to verify the certificates and count the votes of the electors of the several states for President and Vice President of the United States.
Back outside on the West Plaza.
You know what? I think Mike Pence, he's already old, but he single-handedly ruined his career as a Republican, not standing up for his own party during that election. There's a lot of people who will be like, yeah, that he ain't that guy no more. But he's still that guy in his state, I believe.
United States Capitol Police Deputy Chief Waldo orders the less lethal team to get into position.
Unit 6, I need less lethal teams. They can come up from the upper west stairs and take an elevated position. They're not compliant, climbing scaffolding. Let me know when the less lethal teams are in place.
1 minute later, the less lethal team moves into place. At 1:06 p.m., Deputy Chief Waldo orders the less lethal team to launch.
Unit 6, I got a crowd fighting with officers, pushing, throwing projectiles. I have given warnings about chemical munitions. I need the less than lethal team positioned above me to identify the agitators and start deploying. Launch!
U.S. Capitol Police Inspector Lloyd is seen signaling officers above on the terrace to open fire on the crowd. Joshua Matthew Black, a 46-year-old man from Alabama, is shot with a round that tears open and lodges in his cheek.
You're shooting us! Oh, we need medical something! Whoa!
Safety procedures for using these rounds state not to fire at someone at eye level.
I was at the front line trying to keep the peace between the Patriots and the people that were hired by the government.
Hold on. I'm sorry. That man got something lodged. They shot at him. It got lodged in his cheek. And bro, still out there protesting. He to go. Nah, he to go to protesters at this point. Many of us would have went the fuck home. I would have took my black ass home, actually really to the hospital. This man, hole in cheek, nope, still out here. Trump all day. Like, whoa. Y'all thought we were pro-Trump. That's as pro-Trump as you get. This is next level here. I'm just a Trump supporter. That's MAGA.
And
I'm just rolling for the man.
In the face, and then that's about it.
Deputy Chief Waldo orders a second deployment of munitions.
6, I copy. I need more less than lethal teams over here. The indirect firing is not working. They are still not compliant. I've continued to give multiple warnings about chemical munitions being released. They are not dispersing.
Although Chief Waldo has broadcast over the radio twice that he has given warnings, no video that day captures these warnings. D.C. law on crowd dispersal procedures states that before any munitions are used against a crowd, officers must issue at least 3 clearly audible and understandable orders to disperse using an amplification system, as well as to provide participants reasonable and adequate time to disperse and a clear safe route for dispersal. Just feet away, Benjamin Phillips fights for his life. He has been down on the ground and not breathing for 13 minutes.
1:30, where's the ambulance for this guy on the lower west?
President Trump is finishing his speech at the Ellipse at 1:12 p.m. In a rarely seen split-screen view, let's simultaneously see different events happening around the Capitol in real time.
So let's walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I want to thank you all. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you all for being here. This is incredible. Thank you very much.
Ballot from Arizona.
Is the objection in writing and signed by a senator?
Yes, it is.
As Representative Paul Gosar and Senator Ted Cruz make a challenge on the floor of the House, MPD officer Daniel Thau arrives at the southwest section of the plaza. His body cam shows him and nearby officers spraying demonstrators with an inflammatory agent.
What?
From a different officer's body cam, the familiar face of Ray Epps can be seen in the area that the police are trying to control.
This man is chilling. Bro, imagine all this shit going around. This man, hands in pocket, just la-di-da. Man, you know, it's a good day. Look like a mission success, man. I was supposed to start this right off. Happened right on time.
Back in the real-time multi-view, we can see Trump waving to the crowd after his 1 hour and 11-minute speech, the last speech he will give in front of a crowd as President of the United States. Gosar and Cruz are having their objections to the electoral vote of Arizona read on the House floor. Ray Epps is at the front of the police line speaking to officers.
Appreciate you guys.
At 1:13,
so they was challenging the electoral vote of Arizona around this time at 1:12. Okay. Huh. Okay.
p.m. Officer Thau is frantically calling for more munitions.
We need more munitions. Hey, Capitol. Hey, we need blast munitions. What do we got? I don't have any. We got to get something, man. Come on, we got to get out there.
At 1:15 p.m., Officer Thau crosses the line and engages with demonstrators. As the scuffle ensues, he discharges 2 rounds from his taser, also known as an ECD.
Damn.
Two ECD deployments. Two ECD.
He then witnesses what he calls an APO, or an assault on a police officer.
APO, felony APO.
With 30 officers between him and the crowd, it's unclear what assault he thought he saw in that moment. A few hundred feet away, back on the northwest sidewalk, Benjamin...
He pretty much saying like, dog, I don't know what you seen, but let's see here. There ain't no way. It's like, what assault could you have seen from all these officers? Are you just saying this so, well, you could add extreme to it? You could say, yeah, those officers assaulted. But how did you see it?
Phillips has been loaded onto a makeshift stretcher and is being carried north to a waiting ambulance.
1:30, they're bringing the patient up to the ambulance right now. They are refusing to come down.
Tragically, Phillips would be pronounced dead at the hospital later that day.
So we got one protester down. Hold on, what? Hold on.
Benjamin Phillips leaves behind 2 teenage children.
R.I.P., of course.
Back inside the Capitol building at 1:17 p.m., Vice President Mike Pence and senators return to the Senate chamber to debate the electoral vote challenge put forth by Representative Paul Gosar.
So we got this man, Ashley Babbitt. All right, 2 deaths on the day of January 6th. Okay.
After expending all his munitions, Officer Thau yells at the officers on the west terrace of the Capitol above them to start shooting what they have into the crowd.
Damn it, we need them. Let's go. Shoot it. Go. Shoot.
The less lethal team fires into the crowd for a 3rd time. Three minutes later, at 1:21 p.m., the first explosive munition of the day is discharged. demonstrators at the West Plaza of the Capitol will be hit by an unrelenting barrage of grenades, incendiaries, rubber bullets, and gas for the next hour.
Damn! That don't look. Why that look like that could hurt somebody? Yo.
We got another individual down. People are doing CPR. The DC-5 response to this ASAP.
At 1:28 p.m., a man has collapsed on the West Plaza and is attended to by people in the crowd.
They can't get anybody in here, and the cops are throwing flashbangs into the crowd.
He is unresponsive for several minutes. Fearing the risk of trampling, they carry him to a different location where they continue to try to resuscitate him.
He's having a heart attack. He's been on the ground for 6 minutes. They carried him. They've been doing CPR. I think that man probably died. I hope they saved his life.
Hey, hold on. That'd be third death. No way. No way. No way.
Kevin Greason leaves behind a wife and 5 children.
So we don't talk about the protesters that died? We don't talk about none of the protesters that died. Really? Okay, man. At this point, now it's going to make me even more angry when people try to talk about this. It'd be like, y'all want to talk about those 3 people that died, though, huh?
Around 1:30 p.m., on the southwest side of the plaza, officers push the crowd back.
I got you, Vince. I got you. Appreciate you, big dog. Yep, got you. Mod status. And you've been here. You've been here enough times.
And are able to establish a police line again. The police will hold this line for about an hour. Just inside the Capitol, Representative Zoe Lofgren, Democrat from California, is responding to the challenge of the electoral count.
The votes are simply to be counted as certified and transmitted by the states.
At 1:32 p.m., an officer laments that chucking grenades into the crowd is just going to make things worse.
It's just going to make it worse. Hey, stop. Hold fire. Hold fire, Jimmy. Hey, hold fire. Hold fire. Jimmy, hold. Hold fire.
Moments later, the same officer seems to have changed his mind and is actively searching for munitions to discharge in the crowd.
I'm coming out with smoke.
That's a burner, by the way.
A burner, or hot burning smoke grenade, can get extremely hot and become a fire risk.
They come back with it? Hey, do they throw it back? Okay.
The smoke grenade is tossed back behind the police line by someone in the crowd.
Eric, do we have any scat rounds?
Officer Thao goes back for more rounds. This time it's a CS gas canister.
I need triple chasers.
Damn,
a triple chaser consists of 3 separate canisters pressed together with separating charges between each. When deployed, the canisters separate and land approximately 20 feet apart.
Well, explain that, please.
Allowing increased area coverage. After not
and shout out Kroger's bottled water. As I was sipping Kroger's bottled water, you sent that in, hilarious enough. It's like a BLM riot, but way calmer people and way more police barrage. Yeah, low key. Can we get some BLM riot footage? Keep it up, by the way. I always end up watching. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, all we did get is a police barricade, really, and a police barrage, and them kind of just throwing these things in. Like, bro, we got officially, I believe, about 2 injured, 3 dead. One guy shot one of them little gas things into somebody's cheek. And let's see here. And then we got 3 dead. I think the second one, what was that one actually? Damn, I forgot.
Receiving approval to use the triple chaser, Officer Thao appears to be reprimanded by another officer for his use of smoke moments earlier.
I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, and shout out to all the supporters, man. We appreciate you. Like, come on, man. Wouldn't be S.E.T community without y'all.
But this is triple chaser. I know, but this splits it. I mean, we got better.
Another captain tells Officer Thau to hold on discharging CS gas into the crowd.
Fuck it.
At around this same time, Ray Epps is once again caught from multiple cameras being at the front line of the demonstrators near police barricades. No other person has been seen at this many flashpoints, this many times. He walks freely up and down the police barricades multiple times, communicating with other demonstrators in a similar fashion to when we saw him whisper in Ryan Samsel's ear earlier, before the first breach. At 1:38 p.m., Donald Trump sends his first tweet after walking off the
1:38 p.m. So after about 2 people died, 1 person like injured, then we have Trump coming in with the, oh yeah, you know, y'all need to chill out. So let's see. Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. And this was all done, well, Trump gave the speech and the riot was happening during the speech. And while the riot was still happening, or before they even entered the building, Trump gave his tweet, pretty much saying to stay peaceful. And even then, I don't even think Trump knew what was really going on, well, at least all the way through.
The stage 24 minutes earlier.
Full briefing,
reads,
I doubt
please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Around 1:40 p.m., Ray Epps is one of the members of the crowd who helps lift up a large Trump sign and push it into the line of police officers on the West Plaza of the Capitol. At 1:41 p.m., body cam footage from Officer Anthony Alioto records a discussion about the dangers of using CS gas in their situation. The officer petitions not to have Robert Glover, the on-scene commander, authorize use of CS gas in the area.
But what I'm saying is, do not let Glover authorize CS. It'll just
He'll just come right over.
8 minutes later, at 1:49 p.m., a riot is officially declared at the U.S. Capitol.
A riot.
We're going to try and get compliance, but this is now effectively a riot.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
The fears of Officer Alioto are soon realized when at 1:50 p.m. officers use CS gas on the northwest side of the plaza and effectively gas themselves with aid from the wind. You can see multiple officers struggling from...
My bad, guys. I was away from the mainstream. And shout out Raymond, man. Shout out Raymond Pickard. Pickard. Appreciate you, dog, for joining the appreciate you for joining the family, man. Welcome to the membership program, dog. We got some stuff coming out for y'all. Appreciate y'all.
The effects of the CS gas.
Tina, be careful.
And shout out Divulge Bulge, man. We appreciate you. Well, Divulge Bougie. Man, I gotta go. Keep up the work. What's this video? The video is called January 6th, A True Timeline, I believe. Yep, January 6th, A True Timeline. Let me just go ahead and, for those of you who want to go on here, you can look up J6, A True Timeline. They even got their own damn page, J6, A True Timeline, on Rumble. Shout out Rumble. And when you're on Rumble, make sure to go look up S.E.T Key Media and follow us on there as well. We're also on Rumble. Actually, we're streaming on Rumble right now, except we're on the horizontal. So you'll be able to actually see the full video length if you want to. Go ahead and link it in the chat if y'all want.
It's blowing right back.
I know.
So what do you do?
It's in my eye. You okay?
Yeah.
Don't rub it. You know that. Keep
Over on the east side of the Capitol, the gates have successfully held the crowd back for over an hour from when the west side was first breached.
And shout out Burrito Man. It's a setup. They had no backup. Trump didn't know what was happening on the ground. The people breaching are fake and the police aren't trained for this. Yeah, because they keep bringing up this one Ray Epps guys and the other guy. And those two, there's like 3 people on there that I feel that I'm giving the speculation of FBI agents, because every time there was a progressor, or there's progression. One of those three people showed up. Ray Epps, the guy who pulled over the fence, the guy who walked up there and tried to agitate the police, and the guy walked up, and Ray Epps walked up and whispered in his ear, probably told him, hey, yo, stand down. Who knows?
At 1:59 p.m., that all changes. The demonstrators overpower the police and begin to make their way toward the East Steps.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go. And they just breached the Capitol again.
Back on the northwest side of the Capitol, a man named Derek Vargo is ascending to the west terrace on the outside railing of the stairway. He is sprayed in the eyes with an inflammatory agent. Vargo reacts by heading back down the way he came when he is shoved off the wall by Officer Bryant Williams, leading to a 25-foot drop.
Damn. Boy.
Some will call this an attempted murder. Vargo is carried away on a makeshift stretcher by officers and bystanders.
Oh,
Vargo
there's
suffered a
okay.
fractured ankle and extensive midfoot injuries that would require surgeries to repair. He lives with constant foot pain in the middle of his spine, and suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder that causes him flashbacks and nightmares of being pushed off the railing.
Oh, wow. Well, first off, what the hell are you doing up there, young dog? And those are 2 injured, 3 dead. 2 injured, 3 dead. Okay.
At 2:03 p.m., the first dispersal order is heard coming from a mobile LRAD, or long-range acoustic device.
DC official code 22-1307. All people must leave.
DC law requires police to give 3 separate warning with the LRAD system and an opportunity to disperse before using violence or munitions to clear a protest crowd. At 2:06 p.m., police retreat up the east steps of the Capitol. Demonstrators soon follow and ascend the steps.
Oh, I got you,
We
man.
hear the LRAD again at 2:07 p.m.
Failure to comply with this order may subject you to arrest.
It's unlikely that demonstrators heard either of these
Oh, I got you. I'm about to post it in the chat right now.
warnings given the situation on the plaza, which calls into question the earlier stated DC law that requires these announcements to be clearly audible and to provide participants reasonable and adequate time to disperse. Back on the east side of the Capitol at 2:09 p.m., Hunter Emke is seen kicking in and punching multiple windows. He is quickly tackled and detained by police.
Obviously.
At 2:10 p.m., demonstrators reach the West Terrace and push through police barricades. They will quickly move to what will become the first points of entry to the interior of the Capitol. A man throws a 2x4 through a glass pane, the first such broken window on the west side of the Capitol. Shortly thereafter, Dominic Pizzola pushes the window in using a police riot shield. Protesters will soon enter the building through these breach points. electoral votes from Arizona.
Without objection, the chair declares the House in recess pursuant to Clause 12B of Rule 1.
At 2:16 p.m., the parliamentarian doors are opened from the inside, providing another access point for demonstrators to enter the building. Down on the West Plaza, Officer Thao refers to police activity as, quote, shooting zombies.
We're just shooting zombies, man. Hey, we're shooting zombies. That's it. They took me inside? They're inside. Okay, well, we need to get those out of here. All right, we're completely surrounded.
At 2:18 p.m., after a few minutes of confusion inside the room, the House calls a recess during its debate over an objection to the electoral votes from Arizona.
Without objection, the chair declares the House in recess pursuant to Clause 12B of Rule 1.
At 2:18 p.m., police body cam picks up a tense conversation among officers, where one officer admits that they're hitting innocent people.
Nothing's going to help.
The wind is at us. I know. Right. The wind's at us. We get hit with a lot of pain compliance when you hit innocent people.
And not only that, we're taking out one and 10 of them are getting angrier. We're multiplying them by hitting them.
At 2:24 p.m., John Earl Sullivan is recording as he is one of the first of the demonstrators to enter the Capitol Rotunda.
2021, y'all. This is insanity. Holy sh**. What is this? What is life?
At the same time, a few blocks away, MPD officers are discussing new plans to enter the Capitol to support U.S. Capitol Police.
They're going to burn that building down.
That's fine. And we'll figure it out.
All right. They better reach out to the military right now is what they better do. Get the National Guard suited up, get them down here.
You know we're suiting up, we're going in.
We are?
Yes.
When?
Yeah.
Right
Did you
now.
hear that?
Still at 2:24 p.m.,
bro, like, what are you
Mike Pence
talking
has
about,
moved
us?
from the Senate chamber to his office across the hall. The Senate remains in session as Senator for Kentucky Mitch McConnell speaks on the floor. Also, at 2:24 p.m., President Trump tweets, Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not the fraudulent or inaccurate ones which they were asked to previously certify. USA demands the truth. This would be a significant tweet to the January 6th committee, for they claim that it was the motivation for a surge into the Capitol complex.
Our investigation.
But that's a lie, though, because so if he sent it off at 2:24 and the riot been going on, honestly, since I would say 12, really, yeah, about at like 12:55, well, 1 o'clock, and Trump texts at what 2:24. So how does that, if anything, how does that start it if it's already started? Like, no, the riot's already been started. How y'all gonna say that a text, but a tweet that was sent, but after the riot or while the riot's going on was the thing that started it? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Found that immediately after the president's 2:24 p.m. tweet, the crowds both outside the Capitol and inside the Capitol surged.
What the January 6th committee failed to mention was that it was officers misusing munitions and CS gas at that same time that led to a surge.
Hey, Rich. Put it up the scaffolding.
D.C. MPD Officer Cowlery, at the urging of Officer Thao, misfires a CS gas canister that eventually forces police to fall back and lose their position.
Record this. I don't have my camera. Let's go.
Oh, this is what we seen on Tucker, right? This part of what we seen on Tucker. The guy about to fire and he F's up.
Misfires a CS gas canister that eventually forces police to fall back and lose their position.
All right, record this. I don't have my camera. Let's go.
So at the same time, Trump released that tweet. A minute later, police misfires, tear gas, pretty much, or whatever this gas is.
As officers on the West Plaza, unequipped with gas masks, struggle breathing, the plume of CS gas can be seen from the overhead camera on the lower right corner of your screen. It blows over the entire area of the West Plaza that the police had secured for nearly an hour. Within 3 minutes of the officer's CS gas misfire, the police line on the West Plaza entirely collapses. Back on the east side at 2:24 p.m., demonstrators are able to force open doors from the inside. These are the Columbus doors, which lead a short way to the rotunda of the Capitol. Back outside on the West Plaza, an elderly woman is violently pushed by police down a set of concrete stairs 3 times, which incites the crowd around her.
Hey, did you hear that? We're trying to make it to Botanical Gardens. We're going in. All right. We down in Long Guns? What do we? Yes.
And now, chat, we are tied. 3 dead, 3 injured. Man, God help.
Straight up, any munitions you have, CDU.
At 2:28 p.m., in an interesting exchange, a press photographer on scene at the east entrance of the Capitol taps a demonstrator on his hip and shoulder to move him out of the way so he can presumably get a better shot of the action.
Hey,
back out on the south side of the West Plaza, a demonstrator is taken down by 6 police officers. He receives multiple punches while in a face-down, prone position.
Yeah. On the flag? You jumping on the flag, you? Bro.
At 2:30 p.m., a security camera at the crypt lobby shows demonstrators gaining access to the Capitol via overhead lift doors.
Huh?
At this same time, the House is called into final recess.
Without objection, the House is going to go back into recess.
At 2:31 p.m., Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser orders a curfew from 6 p.m. that evening to 6 a.m. the following morning. At 2:33 p.m., a frustrated police officer can be heard venting about being, in his words, set up.
They set us up. That's what they did. They set us up. They set up 64. Oh, absolutely. And then they asked y'all to come 2 hours later. They set us up. They needed everybody right away. Nah, right away. They set us the up. So now we ain't got. We ain't got a mother.
Oh, my man.
Take this one.
I'm gonna be as real as I can be. We are going to get overrun on the steps of the Capitol right now. We're getting hammered, okay? If you guys go down there, the paint compliance is working very minimally. There's 10,000 to 1. We're gonna lose the steps, and we're getting people hurt like a mother.
Demonstrators are seen entering from the west side of the Capitol while police officers watch them walk through the doors.
As police officers watch.
Just feet away at 2:35.
I mean, there's just so many at a certain point, bro. I mean, first off, we're in a losing situation. Like, nobody's on our side about this. It was us here fending for ourselves against all these people. At this point, I'd have been like, yeah, bro, just let them in. Like, I don't want to hurt these citizens. Like, and bro, they don't want to hurt us apparently, so just let them in. Just let them in. I can see where they gave up a little bit. They just lost faith. They're like, bro, fuck it. Because I'd have been on the same thing. Like, we're in a losing battle. They're breaching every line we put up. Bro just misfired a goddamn gas tank. So I don't even know what's going on no more. You know what? My black ass would have went home personally. But yeah, to see them walk through the doors, they done got let in through the overhead. They getting let in through the side door. All while the police is watching, except for the overhead one, the little overhead door lift. Yeah, I don't know if the police saw that one, but they definitely seen these people walking in through the side. Man. And all this, because there's so much that happened before Trump even said his tweets. Man, and all this just minutes after the tweet that everybody said he delivered too late.
Yeah, minutes after losing the West Plaza, Officer Alioto throws a gas canister from the West Terrace into the crowd that has amassed on the West Plaza. Okay. This, along with other gas canisters sent into the crowds, gets thrown back at the officers.
Yo.
Most of these officers still do not have gas masks.
smart man.
At the same time, on the West Terrace, officers
it got Call of Duty style out there, man. Somebody throws something at you, you pick it up, you throw it back. Oh yeah, okay, it got wild.
Repeating the same mistakes they made one level lower on the West Plaza. An errant CS gas round is again fired into their held position on the West Terrace. The spreading gas will eventually effectuate a retreat back into the Capitol through a narrow tunnel.
Yeah, that's not good.
This mistake would prove to be incredibly significant for the events that are yet to come. The retreat into the Capitol through the West Terrace tunnel would create the conditions for the next standoff between demonstrators and police that would take place over the following hours.
Bro, that's crazy. So there were people still listening to Trump's speech, and then there was people going down to the Capitol. And Trump couldn't have known what was going on because bro was giving his speech. It's like, yo, that's crazy. Man, once you really see everything laid out before you, it's kind of just like, damn, they really don't like this guy. They really don't like this guy. I mean, they really try to paint him as an insurrectionist, well, for a riot.
Instead of showing force outside of the tunnel, the police make the questionable decision.
Whatever rider threw that back up there, I ain't gonna lie, they gangster. Like, bro, you are thorough. He said, man, fuck that shit, man. You ain't getting nuts with this. Threw that mug over there.
Of barricading themselves behind locked double doors, giving up the tactical position, and retreating to a defensive posture. At 2:39 p.m., Metropolitan Police Department reinforcements arrive at the Capitol, entering through the east carriage door. At the same time, police officers discuss being unprepared for what they encountered.
I didn't know we were coming up for this. I would have made sure we all had our masks.
I didn't realize how bad. They set us up to fail.
They did.
There was no way we were winning that. And now you got at least 4 platoons that are just gassed out.
Yeah, literally.
Because us, 54 doesn't have masks.
Yeah. Well, remember, we're supposed to be rapid response just to buy time for the hard platoons to come.
They didn't come. They didn't ask for them.
They're worn
Who cares
out.
about the street like prioritized?
They're worn out.
Secure the Capitol.
Yeah, now I do know the underlining meaning of, well, Trump told Pelosi, yo, where's the National Guard at? No National Guard. But nobody ever wants to blame Pelosi, though. We never blame Pelosi.
At 2:42 p.m., journalist Taylor Hanson is walking behind Ashley Babbitt, an Air Force veteran from California, as she turns a corner and approaches the speaker's lobby, guarded by 3 police officers.
Uh-oh.
MPD officer Luke Foskett approaches a window and looks out upon the crowd on the western side of the Capitol building.
You're live, right? Yeah.
Moments later, members of the House seek shelter in the gallery while officers barricade entry into the chamber. It is at this moment that the only firearm to be discharged inside the Capitol that day can be loudly heard. The story of...
All right, yeah, lie. Man, this is a
that
lie.
gunshot
I'm not even gonna
is
lie.
quite possibly the most tragic story of that day.
There's a gun!
Hey, he's got a gun! He's got
The shot heard was a single round fired by Lieutenant Michael Byrd. It strikes Ashley Babbitt in the neck, and she falls back into the upper landing of the stairwell.
Wow. Okay, they're breaking. Yo, whoa. What the hell? Hold on. Don't tell me there was police behind her while that was happening. So bro just had to wait. He didn't even have to shoot that shot. He just had to wait.
The story of that gunshot is quite possibly the most tragic story of that day.
Hey, he's got a gun!
The
shot heard was a single round fired by Lieutenant Michael Byrd. It strikes Ashley Babbitt in the neck. And she falls back into...
Headshot, though? I mean, headshot? Headshot, because it hit her in the neck. So bro was aiming for the head. A headshot is crazy work, G. I mean, you could have waited till she got in there. She's just one woman, bro. I'd have walked up and pushed her ass back in there. Like, man, you don't get your dumb ass back over on that side. It's like, bro, what? But giving this young lady a headshot, I couldn't even imagine doing it. Even if it's my overlining job to keep her out, I'd have probably just worst case scenario punched her. Worst case scenario punch her. But give her a headshot is crazy.
The upper landing of the stairwell.
And that is 4. The police was behind it. It didn't even need to happen. It was just 30 seconds away. Bro just had to push her down, and bro, the police would have handled the rest. Basically off this young lady for no reason. And now the score is at 4 people dead, 3 injured. This is sick. And it's sick because they're sitting there watching that young lady die. No way they treated him like, bro, please don't tell me they treated that man like a hero. What type of bitch ass dude just does that? Like, you could have just pushed her, punched her, hit her with a broomstick. God damn it, just keep her on the other side. Bro, I'd have said pistol whip. You could have, cool. She got a little bleed on the head, but she's not going to be dead. You're not giving her a headshot. Like, what the fuck are you doing shooting your gun at a protester, G? At a protester. She don't even want you dead. She just wants to get inside and talk to these people. She don't even want you dead.
He's trying to go right there.
Like, that shit crazy. Oh my God.
One shot in the Capitol. Report of a shooting in the Capitol. Trying to ascertain information now.
Damn. Damn. I mean. Oh, I know my man fucked up. I know he fucked up.
At 2:46 p.m., approximately the same time as Ashley Babbitt is shot by Capitol Police Officer Byrd, a series of smoke and signal flares are activated at various locations around the Capitol.
There's some kind of a flare in the sky there.
As the smoke clears, we again spot Ray Epps, leaving the area and flanked by several individuals before leaving the Capitol grounds for the day. Meanwhile, demonstrators continue to enter the Capitol building. The first demonstrator enters the Senate chamber.
Hilarious.
Unit 7, we got protesters that are outside of the Senate chamber.
Over the course of the next 30 minutes, the Senate chamber will become a significant location of the day, along with the
Maybe the Senate do need to have some citizen viewers in. Maybe they do need to have them in so they can hear this shit that they just be getting off with. Like when everybody was trying to bring their case about election fraud to Biden, he said, no debate, done, no debate, no debate, no debate.
Capitol Rotunda, the Capitol corridors, and the West Terrace Tunnel.
I love the sentiment, though. Here's your house.
Prior to this point in the day, many demonstrators were free to roam the hallways and chambers of the building. meeting little resistance from Capitol Police.
Well, sounds like a nice day. Yo, it is like in here. I'm weak. There's like you in here, bro. Just wait till we want to get you out. I mean, it's just a wrap. They gave up. They literally gave up. It was a fuck it moment. It was like, well, they in here. There's more of them outside. They continue coming in here. We're all confuddled outside. So it was just like, all right, whatever.
Were free to roam the hallways and chambers of the building, meeting little resistance from Capitol Police.
The police here are willing to work with us and cooperate peacefully, like our First Amendment allows. Gather more Americans under the condition that they will come and gather peacefully to discuss what needs to be done to save our country.
Capitol Police Officer Robichaud asks a small group of demonstrators to remain peaceful.
Show us no attacking, no assault, remain calm.
We're not going to assault. We're going to be heard. Everybody, this must be peaceful.
This has to be peaceful. We have the right to peacefully assemble.
Robichaud then proceeds to escort at least one demonstrator, Jacob Chansley, throughout various locations in the Capitol. At 2:46 p.m.
I mean, the most littest protester in history at this point. The littest protester in history. I mean, man.
Additional demonstrators continue to enter the Senate chamber. Security footage shows no Capitol Police presence in the Senate chamber at this time. At this point in the day, many of the demonstrators on the outside have no idea the Capitol has even been breached.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the multi-view to see what's going on around the Capitol grounds. On the southeast side, a group of MPD officers arrive to assist Capitol Police with clearing out the inside of the Capitol.
122 Brown, we're sending MPD through the south door of the Capitol. There's about 25 units in hard gear.
Back on the West Plaza, an enormous American flag has been draped over the scaffolding. On the east side of the Capitol, demonstrators have overtaken the stairs and continue to gather on the lawn. Back in the rotunda at 2:48 p.m., we see demonstrators peacefully roaming around and taking photographs. The only law enforcement officers visible are standing in the doorway. As demonstrators continue to roam the hallways, one officer has a concerning...
You know what? Honestly, I feel like the greater powers, this is what they're afraid of. Because they know this could be them any day. As long as they keep us divided, as long as they keep us, like, I don't know, separate or at each other's necks, we'll never try this again. We'll never try it again. I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure we put the fear of God in the government this day. They remember that they work for us, that if y'all don't do good by us, it's going to be us that serve you the pink slip at the end of the day. It ain't going to be in a nice way. It ain't going to be in a corporate way either. I think they really framed this as an insurrection so we never try it again. So we never go against their cheating again. We'll never go against their word again. And anybody who does, they'll just frame them as an insurrectionist. When really they're just standing up for the American way, our freedom and everything else that's been included with the American dream. And it's sad because a lot of y'all wouldn't attempt this even if you knew that they were cheating. Nowadays, because I feel like they done now took the fight out of the American spirit after this. It's like, damn, all these people stood up for their country. Regular protesters, and some of them are in jail. They're called insurrectionists. It's almost like the movement didn't even matter. Well, actually, it did. This movement did matter because it brought light to the whole election fraud situation. Now we got everybody got their eyes on these polls, got the eyes on the elections. Man, we're not going nowhere now. We're actually going to make sure. Because let these people try to play us like that again. Let it happen again. Oh, no. Do you think it's going to stop? I'm just saying. I always just say, I'll accept the election if Kamala wins if they can prove to me that there was no cheating. If you could prove to me that it was only U.S. citizens that voted and, well, hey, she won the popular vote in all them states, 270 electoral votes, Kamala off the office, I'll sit there with my hands and be like, God damn it, okay, it is what it is. But if y'all sitting here trying to shut down anybody who's trying to look into it, shut down anybody who protests it, I'm going to still look at y'all like, yo, yeah, there's something funny going on. Oh, my bad, guys.
They make it up here. They can go right to the Senate floor. They just don't realize it yet.
Back at the West Terrace Tunnel, a demonstrator activates a fire extinguisher into the tunnel towards dozens of law enforcement officers.
Go to 13. We need
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, King. Oh, yeah. Hopefully I got it here. Yeah, should be good. Should be good.
And 50 officers on the rotunda steps, at the top of the steps. We need munitions to clear these steps.
You want to push forward? Push him back?
Yeah, no, right now, no. Wait, because we got to get numbers.
Yeah.
I'm seeing stars right now.
Inside the Senate chamber, demonstrators are rummaging through desks, looking for intel.
This is objection to the Arizona.
This is objection. He was going to sell us out all along.
Oh, wow.
Objection to counting electoral votes of the state of Arizona. Can I get a photo of that?
Wait, no, that's
that's actually okay. All right, we're down.
He's with us. He's with us.
The standoff back.
Hey, yo, they get in there and they're like, nah. We need to see what y'all was doing for ourselves. See, this is what they hate. This is what they don't want the people to do. The people holding the government accountable is like, nah, we don't trust what y'all did. Y'all ain't gonna tell us. Great. We're gonna go to where y'all keeping this hearing. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna look for ourselves. If Americans, honestly, if the American government wanted to be fair about this, and you're like, oh, y'all disagree with us? All right, shoot, and sit in during the hearing. We got a whole section where y'all people could sit in, and we'll just go ahead and read out the evidence in front of you. And if y'all don't feel like it's okay, we'll go from there. But that'll be a little bit too democratic.
At the West Terrace Tunnel continues, with more demonstrators arriving on the outside
too much
and more
democracy.
officers arriving on the inside.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Damn it, back the f*** up! Lock the shields! Lock them together! Lock them together! Do you know how to lock them together? Here, like this.
There's got to be something in here we can use against these scumbags.
We're acting a fool, man!
America's a republic. Oh, no, this is good stuff.
Hey! We're acting a fool!
No, this is good. This is all good. This is something strong.
That man.
He's a good one. Him and Wall or whatever.
Cruz, I think Cruz would want us to do this, so
yeah, absolutely.
I think we're good.
Yo, they took their pictures. I love it. They're like, all right, so Arizona, hold on, they wasn't never gonna do what? Oh yeah, say less. Need that. And I'm pretty sure all of them got their phones confiscated. We'll never see the true documents that was taken that day. Literally video proof that these guys took pictures. I wonder where they at. Like, yo, let me know, man. Send me an email.
Get it, put it over there. We're gonna come.
Let me know what y'all saw.
We close this off. You get your arms through these shields. You know how to put your arms. We have a hard platoon guy here. You. Show them how to lock the shields together and hold the shields. Hey, hold it. Hold it, baby. It's the only way we're gonna hold this door.
At 2:55 p.m., law enforcement begins to move demonstrators out of the Capitol from various locations.
We are Americans. I pray for every one of you, for your safety.
You need to give up communism is what you need to do. You need to give up communism to protect these people. We're patriots.
How much it costs for you to betray your f***ing duty and your people?
Okay.
But they continue to struggle to control the Rotunda and West Plaza Tunnel.
1776. Hey, don't put your hands on me, mother. Let's go. We're patriots. Hey, go in Nancy's office. You'll know Nancy's office.
Richard Barnett, the demonstrator who posed for this photo in House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office, attempts to persuade an officer to let him back in to retrieve his flag.
418 Frankfurt, informational. I have a group of about 20 to 30 officers that are cordoned off on the south
It is
side
free
of Rotunda
speech,
Pier.
like, bro, my man Vincent ain't wrong. He's not wrong. It is free speech to say that. And I don't think they're saying that in the literal. Well, actually, they are. I'm gonna be real with you. They are. The way some of these protesters sound when they said hang Mike Pence, I was like, well, let's be real. And let's try to see where they're coming from here. Why would they say hang Mike Pence? Well, Mike Pence is supposed to stand with his people and his president, because if the people feel like their voice is not being heard, these are the same people that voted your ass into office, and you're going to ignore the people that voted you into office and just go along with this obstruction of the election, with this obstruction of our Constitution. You're just going to go along. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people came to that rationality like me. It's like, yo, I voted your ass in here. We're telling you we're disgruntled about it. The president is telling you he's disgruntled about it. Like, maybe you should at least challenge it and see if it can be upheld. We're not telling you to overthrow the vote. We're asking you to challenge it. And you just walk along and bend over for the Democrats. For the Democrats. You just walk through and bend over for the Democrats. What they got on you, how much they paid you, G.
We're just going to hold the line over here until we get some kind of control of this crowd. There's no enforcement we can take at this time.
Actually, you can say hang Joe Biden or hang Kamala. And you can also say hang Trump. A lot of people say kill Trump. A lot of people say he's the devil, he's a dictator, he deserves to be shot. So y'all can't really say, oh, hang Mike Pence is bad. And when there is shoot Trump, oh, I wish the bullet hit him, he's a dictator, all this good stuff. I mean, it's on both sides. It is on both sides, but I say this. This happened in one day, but we're dealing with it every day. Like, y'all Kamala supporters are saying this every day. We're not saying hang Mike Pence every day. Like, that done stopped maybe like 2 weeks after January 6th. Everybody stopped with the hang Mike Pence. Y'all still saying the same lies from 2016, basically.
Hey, man. Glad to see you guys. You guys are f***ing patriots. Look at this guy. He's got covered in blood. God bless you. You good, sir? Do you need medical attention?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
Jacob Chansley takes a seat at the Senate dais. He decides to leave a note for Vice President Pence.
Now that you've done that, can I get you guys to walk out of this room, please?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There's 4 million people coming in, so there's a lot of control. We love you guys. We love the cops.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming. Man, okay then.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
Okay, nice. Stop the steal. I love it.
Let's all say a prayer in this sacred space. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for gracing us with this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Yes, sir. I have 75 people inside the Senate chambers, just for information. They are going through desks and on top of podium.
Back at the rotunda, dozens of MPD officers prepare to clear out all of the demonstrators.
Hold the door. They told us to push that way. No. Hold the door. We're not with Capitol. DC, we're holding on. I got you.
All right, 401, just about the units outside the rotunda door. We've got CDU Hard Squad sending all these individuals out of the rotunda.
I'll take it.
Yes, it does.
Grab the police. Let's go. Push. All right.
Yes, remember, guys, the First Amendment covers all speech, even hate speech. Like, you wouldn't believe in the day with some of these presidents or generals or people write to each other, and they just didn't go to the press and be like, he wrote this, somebody lock him up. Nah, he's free to say what he wants, good or bad. Like, even if I disagree with you, he can still say it. That's what makes this country so great. We can say whatever the hell we want. And if you don't like it, then it is what it is. What you gonna do? It's like, trust me, It's like this. It's like, well, I don't like the fact that the KKK exists, but they have every right within this country to feel the way they want to think the way they want to do their religions and whatever. And as long as they don't bother me, I'm good. And I think we feel the same way about each other in a way. Like, we won't bother y'all won't bother us. You don't try to make us change. We don't try to make you change. We can just sit there kumbaya with our differences. Gotcha.
You leave. This is our house. This is your job. This ain't your house.
105. I'm currently at the main door to the Senate chamber.
Time to go. Sorry, up here, the giant strip.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless the men and women in blue. God bless you guys. We love you. You're on your side. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And there's that I love you for all you done.
Thank you, officers. God bless you guys. Thank you for your patience. We really appreciate it. Not as glorious in person, is it? Not as glorious. It smells like an old church. Thank you, guys.
Back at the scuffle at the West Terrace Tunnel, the situation is rapidly deteriorating. Leading up to the tunnel are a series of steps that demonstrators are having trouble navigating. It is a very tense and dangerous situation in this area. For over an hour, the police have been inside the building, behind the inner doors, while demonstrators have occupied the tunnel.
John is advising they need additional assets.
At 3:19 p.m., the police successfully expel the demonstrators from the tunnel. During the skirmish, a U.S. Capitol police officer is dragged into the crowd of demonstrators.
Let him through. Let him through. Let him through. Which way do you want to go? Which way do you want to go? Go back inside. You want to go back inside? Back way!
He is later returned to the police line and heads back to safety inside the tunnel. The demonstrators manage to hold their ground and begin to push the police back into the tunnel. This sets the stage for the final tragic conflict. Demonstrators and police are engaged in physical altercations. Sprayed chemical agents are lingering in the narrow hallway.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us.
At 4:17 p.m., President Trump posts a 1-minute video to his Twitter account, urging demonstrators to stay peaceful and go home.
We have to have peace. We have to have law and order.
Twitter quickly attached a warning label on the video, which read, "This claim of election fraud is disputed, and this tweet can't be replied to, retweeted, or liked due to a risk of violence."
Wow.
This limited the reach of the message. Minutes later, Twitter would remove the entire video message from its platform.
I know how you feel, but go home and go home in peace.
As the demonstrators are pushed back by police, they fall on top of each other. Some are pressed
Hold on. So that even led more to the danger, because if that would have actually got out to the people and everybody would check their phone and say, hey, yo, hold on, Trump tweeted, told us to go home. Oh yeah, we all going home. But they took off the tweet. They killed the limitation of the tweet. The tweet couldn't even have been seen, found, replied to. Nobody could retweet it to everybody out there in the crowd to be like, oh, hey, yo, everybody, Trump said go home. What? Nope. So pretty much Twitter basically, Twitter low-key helped the January 6th riot get even more out of hand by not letting that message get out.
Against the ground, unable to move. A woman named Roseanne Boyland, a Trump supporter from Georgia, finds herself pinned under the deluge of bodies.
What?
The situation is critical.
Collapsed inside that corridor from asphyxiation. She couldn't breathe. Brought her out onto the main steps outside of that. Several people started doing CPR on her. I tried to get her carotid pulse for several minutes, and even I cut part of her jeans away so that I could try to feel her femoral pulse, and I couldn't feel a femoral pulse at all. By the time that they decided to
she's done.
up and give
She's
her
done.
to the police officer, she had blue lips and blood was coming out of her nose.
Where does CPR need to go for that?
No, I can't breathe.
Didn't
That's
seem
5.
hopeful at all. I don't think that person will be revived.
Officers transport Boyland inside the tunnel and begin CPR.
What the hell?
Could you please send the ambulance that is coming for the code down at Lower West Terrace to the house door for entry?
Yeah. I think she got stuck under there. She fell down and...
That's trampled?
Yeah.
Boyland is transported inside for one last revival attempt.
Is that one of ours or is that a protester? Is that one of ours or is that a protester? Protest.
Oh, I mean, that's so fucked up. Yo, nah, bro. Bro gotta get stripped of his badge for that one. That was wild to say. And it was a woman too. Oh wow. But hey,
yeah.
Protest turn riot, man. Protest turn riot. And now we are at a score of 5 dead, 3 injured. So yeah.
She got stuck under there. She fell down and...
That trampled?
Yeah.
Boyland is transported inside for one last revival attempt.
Is that one of ours or is that a protester? Huh? Is that one of ours or is that a protester? Protest.
Oh, damn. She was black? Oh, shit. She turned blue. She turned so blue she looked white.
70 to destroying the media equipment over here in the Senate egg. Copy. Protesters are destroying media equipment.
I'm done. They attacking the media at this point. Damn.
At 5 p.m., as the citywide 6 p.m. curfew looms, police are making progress securing the Capitol, and a steady stream of demonstrators leave the Capitol grounds. At 5:10 p.m., police use tear gas to drive the remaining demonstrators from the Capitol's upper levels. Over the PA system, an announcement is made that all individuals are required to leave Capitol Hill or be subject to arrest.
Man, what you gonna do when all
At
them people
5:40
pull
p.m.,
up?
National Guard troops begin to arrive at the Capitol to secure the premises.
Wow, last second.
1 minute after the curfew goes into effect, Donald Trump sends out a final message to his supporters that day. At 8 p.m., the Capitol is declared secure.
Today was a dark day in the history of the United States Capitol.
Shortly after, at 8:06 p.m., the Senate resumes debate over the certification of Arizona's vote in the Senate chamber. The House would reconvene about an hour later. The election results will be certified. And 14 days later, Joe Biden will walk down the same tunnel and stairs where the police and demonstrators fought for hours and where Roseanne Boylan took her last breath to be inaugurated as the 46th President of the United States.
Stole it, allegedly.
January 6th, 2021. A day of hope and patriotism that turned into a day of chaos and tragedy. For the past 3 years.
All right, Miles, now let's be a little chill on these guys. Come on now. We got to allow free speech, even if it is communist rhetoric. It's still free speech. Until they start being belligerent towards either one of the mods or the hosts, and they got to do at least like 2-3 times, then you can go ahead and kick them out. But if they just have something that you don't agree with or a communist rhetoric that you just absolutely hate, and trust me, dog, I agree with you. We just got to let them talk. Because like I said, we don't want to be like them censoring anybody. If they got communist rhetoric, let them talk about it. Let them dispute it in the chat. And when they get destroyed in the chat, they'll think about it the next day.
The shadow of January 6th looms large in our politics, in our culture, and in our national conversation. Are we any closer to understanding the events of that day?
If they spamming it or they're just being deliberately like ignorant, then yeah, go ahead. Okay. I thought it was just certain people you just disagree with. Shit, Vincent. If they just being like ignorant, deliberately, like willfully, I guess, challenging or whatever. Let's say we say democracy. They say, oh, well, I'm a communist. Then yeah, go ahead and take them out. They want to be goofies and they're acting like kids. I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference between who's acting like a kid, who's just, spewing their rhetoric or what they think. I'm pretty sure. I'll trust y'all to know the difference.
Are we still in the timeline of January 6th?
Damn, hold on. 1,251 people have been arrested. All right. Many of those have been sentenced to an average of 22 months of incarceration. Damn, 700. 800, nearly 804 incarcerated have been. Damn, 400 still waiting trial. Well, shout out, man. That was a banger. Oh man, I did not expect the stream to go in that direction, but it went there. That was definitely fun, guys. That was definitely fun. All right, man. I'm gonna see you guys on this one, man. I gotta head out, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, though, man. S.E.T Key Media. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, bro. Peace, man. Love y'all. Be safe. All right, man. Same thing to you, Rumble. Peace out.